Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fan Forum on this Tuesday night, live on the Toon Review YouTube channel. Can you just comment in the comments if you can get the link to come on? Because I've posted it a few times and it seems to have disappeared loads of times, so I don't know whether the link is showing. I have put it back in the comments again, so if you want to join the show, hit the comments or hit the live comments and you'll be able to see the link to join the show. So just click on that and I'll see you come into the waiting room. Just a little bit of news this afternoon from Newcastle United. Just while we wait for people to, there's no link shown. Okay, no link. Okay, how about that? I've just posted it again. See if it comes on. Let me know. Hopefully it'll show this time. I'm not sure what's going on with the link, to be honest. I'm trying to post it a million times and it's not coming. Oh, there you go. Okay, so I'll see you guys shortly. You've obviously got it. So, right. Now then, today Newcastle United played Burnley in a closed doors friendly. Now, I don't know whether many people actually knew about this, but it was a behind closed doors match. John Joe Shelvey made an appearance today as well. However, it finished Burnley 1, Newcastle United 0. Now, you know, from what I can see from the two sides, Burnley put a strong side out. We had players missing: Callum Wilson, St. Maximan, Miguel Almiron, Paul Dummett, Carl Darlow and Dubravka. Hopefully they'll be back sooner than later. But the team that actually started was Freddie Woodman, Jacob Murphy, Emil Kraft, Federico Fernandez, Kieran Clark, Matt Ritchie, Matty Longstaff, Isaac Hayden, Jeff Hendrick, Joe White and Joe Linton. Now, obviously, there was some substitutions on early doors in the second half. Gillespie came on for Woodman. Tom Allen came on for Jacob Murphy. Fabian Schär came on for Emil Kraft. Lascelles came on for Fernandez. Kel Watts came on for Clark. Jamal Lewis came on for Richie. Shelvey came on the hour mark for Matty Longstaff. Jack Young came on for Hayden. And Longstaff, Sean, on 46 minutes for Jeff Hendrick. Ryan Fraser came on for Joe White. And Dwight Gale for Joe Linton. So obviously it was a pretty strong team, both halves, to be honest. But we failed yet again. We have failed to beat Burnley, who are a lot of people's favourites to go down. And it's certainly not getting any better. And we're looking, well, it's not a crisis, obviously, but obviously Lee's putting here in the comments, losing to Burnley could only happen on the day of the Fan Forum. Burnley are one of the clubs who I've got as favourites to be relegated. Worrying times, that's for sure. Lee says Burnley now go into the Premier League on the back of 6 wins in pre-season. Morecambe, Salford, Oldham, Blackpool, Tranmere and now Newcastle. Whoever says pre-season is all about fitness is talking nonsense. Wins breeds confidence. Joe Linton wants to know if John's on tonight. No, he's not, so I'm sorry to disappoint you, Big Joe. Evening, Tom. Hope you're well. Muto officially gone. Still no signings. It's a joke. Can't disagree with that at all. Good evening, Keith. Hope you're well. Afternoon, Steve, but I believe you're in the waiting room, so I'll see you shortly. Good evening, Julie. Hope you're well. Liam says, I've seen some Newcastle fans say Bruce should get a new contract. I think I know what your thoughts are. Listen, I'm going to come on to that very shortly because it really pisses me off, actually. Before I bring anybody in, I just may as well get my little rant out the way. I put on Twitter today a little sort of video from Dean Saunders saying that Steve Bruce deserves a 3-year contract. And that, you know, he's deserved it. He's worked hard to get it. Pile of shit. These pundits are just driving me insane. I mean, seriously insane. These guys know nothing about our club, know nothing about how shit the football's been. Dean Saunders is you know, he may as well be a chicken farmer. He's that far gone from playing fucking football. Now get the hell away from Newcastle United. Don't even comment about Newcastle United. It's pointless, mate, because we want Steve Bruce out. But then again, I'm getting tweets saying, oh, he's right. He's right what he says. Who are these people? They've got about three followers on Twitter and they're saying to me, oh, he should be getting a new contract. Fuck off back to Mackham land. Please, get lost. You're not Newcastle United fans if you want Steve Bruce to stay at the club. Simple as that. It's a freaking joke. And losing to Burnley is a joke. Absolute joke. I'm just looking through any more comments. Now you can see. And Ryan says, nice day out with my 14-year-old daughter. We spent 636 quid on our kits at the Chelsea store. We are ready for the new season and the UEFA Champions League. 2 stars above the badge and players' names in gold. Yes. Must be nice. Must be nice, Ryan. It wasn't even Burnley FC. It was Burnley Old People's Home. Yeah, you're right, Tom. Exactly. Reece said Graham Jones should be our manager. Wilson definitely thinks that. Without a doubt, we'll come on to that. Even Jake, can't trust social media, mate. Probably a Sunderland fans trolling. Exactly. Layla says, did we use today? Yes, we lost 1-0 at Burnley in a behind closed doors match. But what do you really think, Paul? Not sure. Yeah, thanks. Right, some guests are coming on. We've got Steve, we've got Chippers, we've got Annie, and we've got Josh. Good evening, people.
Hello.
How we doing?
No, not bad for a birthday.
Yeah, I know it is. Happy birthday, mate. I was just going to come on to that.
Happy birthday.
Looking good for 52, my man. Looking good.
Yeah, it's that age cream. It's that cream, that special effects that does the work on it. I've had Botox, so I'm looking
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Right. Steve, we'll start with you.
I'm looking about 70.
Well, Annie's just a wind-up merchant at the minute.
That's penalty box stuff, that poor mind, I'm telling you.
I can hardly see you, Annie. Your lighting's that bad.
Is it? Well,
Yeah.
It's one of the better days.
Oh,
Is he in Johnson's?
You need to get some lights like bloody Sinclair does. Jesus. Anyway, if you want to join the show, guys, the link is in the live comments. So get yourself on. I get everybody on at once. So we have a big conversation about Newcastle United. Steve, I'll start with you. I'm not sure whether you knew we were playing today.
I didn't actually, no.
I don't think a lot of people did, to be honest. Yeah. But we ended up losing the game with two pretty strong sides in each half. It's shit.
I want to give up already. I want to give up, and it's not even the first game of the season. I want to give up. I just, if we don't get relegated, it's a fucking miracle. It is a miracle if we don't actually finish in those bottom three spots. I don't know how we're going to do it. I don't see it happening, but we're going to need a prayer.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that the fact of the matter is, we've got an injury list as long as my bloody, well, I won't say. It's a big injury list. Let it say that. It's a massive injury list, right? Already this season, and it's really, really bollocks. Whatever's going on in training is bollocks. And Chippers, I mean, losing to Burnley today, who a lot of people have suggested maybe one of the teams to be struggling against relegation today. But when I read that team out there, it is quite a strong team. So there's no excuses for me.
And now we're playing. This is the first I've known because I've been to work as well. So obviously I've had been like, I didn't know, like, I mean, when did they organise this? Did they just go, right, we'll do it tomorrow, or because they've given no notice?
Well, it's typical Newcastle United. They don't freaking tell anybody, do they? So
And well, to be honest, I'm glad they didn't, because it sounds like again we played absolutely shite, and it sounds like again that's quite obvious where the problems are, and they're not getting resolved. Again, I mean, how many times have we been saying it? The problem areas, we don't like scoring without Wilson or St. Maximum or Almiron, and we're still trying to keep a clean fucking sheet in pre-season. It's ridiculous.
It is embarrassing. It really is. Kev from Big Toon Chat says, yo, Paul and friends, totally agree with the Dean Saunders rant, and the people who agree with Saunders about Bruce getting a new contract, absolute shit show. Saunders equals hashtag monumental bell end. Couldn't agree more.
What does bell end mean?
Oh, God.
I need to get it. I need to get accustomed to the English.
A bell end is the end of your gentleman's sausage.
Oh, I got
so there you go.
Yeah, thanks for the tip.
So there you go. So you can call your mates in America monumental bell ends, and they'll not have a clue what you're talking about, but you will, you see. Ryan says Bruce's contract is a rollover, I'm hearing. I don't even want to think about Bruce's contract at the minute. Paul, honest opinion, is Maxi away? Well, this illness seems to be going on forever, considering Bruce said when he was first out, it's just a minor illness, nothing to worry about. He'll be back soon, and he hasn't played another preseason game. For me, Bruce is a lying twat. There is something going on with Maxi that we are clearly not being told about. Maxi was seen playing tennis. He's been seen at various places around the northeast. So if he's that ill, he's certainly not keeping him in the house. So sod it. Anyway, Annie, I know you were a bit disgruntled with your team, Bristol City, lately. Obviously, I seen your comments last night saying you were going down. But then you had the cheek to put on Twitter, and I'm going to pull you up on this, young man.
Yes, Paul, I know what you got to pull him on.
Yeah. This tweet you sent out, I'm not going to put it on the screen. I'm just going to say it, that you calling
I
out
was
all
livid.
Newcastle United fans for moaning and whinging. Now,
I was
what
livid
is-
last night.
Annie, we've just lost to Burnley 1-0, right? We have we beat Burton 2-0, which wasn't exactly a brilliant performance. We scraped past Doncaster. We drew with Rotherham. We lost to York City, who are in the Conference North.
Conference North, yeah.
Yeah. So, Annie, please do tell me what you meant by that tweet.
I mean, what's like the need of spreading negativity everywhere? We say that social media is a very toxic place, and that's for everyone.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
the fact that football fans have like an excuse for their team losing to spread negativity, you can vent your frustrations fine. Don't spread negativity every single day. I've not seen a single positive Newcastle United tweet.
Welcome to Twitter.
That, Annie, is because we have nothing positive to say. We have nothing to be positive about. This is the thing. If we had any slight bit of positivity, then I would be beaming. I would be standing on my rooftops doing vlogs saying, oh, look at this, we've made a signing. You know, I'd be running around the estate naked thinking, Christ almighty, we've brought somebody in, we've made a signing, we've done this, we've done that. We have nothing. We have Mike Ashley still as owner. We have Lee Charnley still as managing director, wherever on the planet that man is at the minute. And we have Steve Bruce, who is the most useless, godforsaken piece of shit we could have as a manager. So please, Annie, tell me what the positivity is with Newcastle United.
You have Callum Wilson.
Injured.
Injured. Callum Wilson is injured. We have ASM, who is a mystery illness.
He's sick of playing for Bruce. That's the only thing he's sick of. It's ridiculous.
You have 2 England internationals in your squad, and Wilson and
No, we don't.
And is it?
He didn't make the Euros.
No, but
one.
Who's the other one? Carl Darlow.
He's not an England international. He's not
Come on, Annie.
Look.
You're clutching here. You're clutching those
you're
straws.
clutching
It's too
Get
high.
the shovel out. It's time for the shovel, I think, because it's going that way. Can I just say something as well on this? Right? Annie, me and you had a chat yesterday. You still have Steve Bruce as man. I don't have Nat Pierce over Steve Bruce. How does that work? When you said
you didn't hear a word you said there, you were breaking up all the time.
He said, Annie said yesterday, right, he was have Bruce as manager, right? But then he said he would have Pierce over Bruce. Yes.
I didn't say that. I didn't.
You did.
Say Pearson.
You did. You blatantly did, Annie. Annie, you said you would have Pearson over Bruce.
No, I said if we didn't have Nigel Pearson, I would have taken Bruce. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Josh, are you there, Josh?
Then I give you the choice.
Are you there, Josh?
Yeah. Pearson.
How are you doing?
Yeah. Good, you?
Yeah, not bad. What do you think of the debacle that is Newcastle United right now?
Disgraceful.
Yeah. Just ever so slightly. Tom says there are idiots who look in from the outside, criticise us, but they haven't got a clue. I wouldn't criticise fans of other clubs because you never know the full story when you look in from outside. Annie. Kev says, happy birthday, Chippers. What present are you hoping from your Twitter wife, Judy?
Don't know. I haven't had anything yet. I'm still waiting.
Oh, I know.
She must be at work as well. So.
Good to see you. Look forward to the traditional Annie's Facts versus Chippers Rage. Keith says, hi, Chippers. Hope you're well. Right. Easier to make judgments than learn the facts for yourself, unfortunately, pal. Fact of life. Leila says, let's get Callas to Leicester. Leicester, sort off with your Leicester talk. Love the fact Steve has an FC Bayern shirt on his wall. Mia Sam, Mia my boy.
Yes, sir.
Very true, says Tom. Ryan says, would you take Joe Kinnear back?
What's he been drinking the day? Because I want some of this.
Listen. Joe Kinnear is way past it now to be a manager. I mean, you know, he had a dodgy ticker when he was manager at our club the first time, so that was years ago. So let him just relax. He'd probably be on a beach somewhere, eating pies. Just leave him to it. Kev says, Annie, Bristol City in the conference in a few years' time.
No.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Only One United says, hi, everyone. Hope you're well. I hope you're well, Steve. Liz says, which one has more chance? Derby staying up or Newcastle going down?
Oh, Newcastle going down.
That's a good question.
Newcastle
That's a
going
really
down.
good question.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
How's
there's
that,
definitely
Andy?
more chance of us going down. Yeah.
I don't know
Derby
about
staying
that.
up, no chance. Derby staying up,
I
no
don't-
chance. They're not staying up.
No.
Listen.
They've got 13 players in their squad.
Yeah, they're in a bit of a shit at the minute, but hey ho. We should have a swear pod for this show. £5 per swear word or 5 minutes in the penalty box. Well, in that case, you wouldn't have a host, Kev, for most of the show. So if I put myself in the penalty box, there'd be no show. Keith says, hi, Annie. Hope Bristol City do well this season.
Thank you.
Jason says, hello, lads. Hope you're well. I worked out, and it isn't rocket science. We've sold or at least 10 players, 11 if you include Willock loan, and no one has been brought in permanently.
That's awful.
Listen, I don't know what... Steve, how do you feel on Willock at the minute? Do you think, I don't know whether you've been watching my other shows, but do you think that we have to draw a line with Willock at some point? We have to say, right, it's not happening, let's move on.
I mean, yeah, I don't even know what to say anymore. I truly don't. It's like we're relying on this freaking, how old is he? 22, 23-year-old kid to be a part of saving our team from relegation. It's pathetic. It really is.
Yeah.
I guess just you got to move on because it's been this whole summer. Oh, we're gonna get it. It's like no, we're not. It's I just have this real bad feeling, and the thing is, it's like this is what we're negative for Annie. We're negative for a reason. It's not just it's not like we're it's not like we're like Bayern fans or one of these big teams we just won our domestic league or a UCL or whatever, and we're trying to complain about something. We're a terrible team. We're a terrible team under a terrible manager, terrible owner. I mean, how can you see it any other way? This is Newcastle. I don't know if people understand. I don't know.
By the way, Steve,
we're calling it how we see it. That's all.
Steve, how's Rangers getting on?
Not good.
They're losing to Malmo, aren't they?
Yeah. Last time we played them in Champions League qualifiers, they beat us too. It was 1-1 at home, 1-1 away in Sweden, and then a 1-0 Malmo win. That was 10 years ago.
Good. It's not looking good.
Yeah.
Kev says, can we get a fantasy football competition going between NUFC podcast followers? Look, I am going to start. I'm going to do a fantasy league, a Toon review one this season. So I'll be once I get that sorted. Hopefully by the weekend, I'll put the code out, and hopefully everybody that watches the channel join in, have a bit of fun with the fantasy league, which would be a good laugh. And he's back again. I'm not sure what's. Bruce's contract is a rollover to reflect his team's mentality. I wouldn't disagree with that, Jake. Tom says ASM is suffering from acute Brucey-titis. Definitely. Andrew says ASM and Wilson are fit and firing. We will be okay, but it will be the same boring football as the last decade. Listen, we cannot rely on ASM and Wilson staying fit because they are both injury-prone footballers, and we don't have anybody to cover them. This is my frustration with a striker. Dwight Gale has played so many friendlies in this build-up, and he's done fuck all, literally naff all for Newcastle United. And I just cannot believe that guy has got a new contract. It baffles me to this day because he's not good enough anymore. He's just not good enough. He runs around like his shoulders are up here and he's like, and he doesn't do anything. He just strolls around the football pitch. I mean, it's bollocks. And we don't have anybody else to come in to cover Wilson for when he will get injured. He will. He can't play a full season.
He already has. So
well, exactly. But Steve Bruce saying it was a little twinge, and if it was a league game, he would have played. So why didn't he take part tonight then? If it was a little bit of a twinge. So he's not going to be fully fit. He'll probably play against Norwich, and then he'd be probably injured again after that. Anthony says, Annie, there's nothing positive about the club at the moment. Mr. Really? Pragmatic, did you say, says Jason. Yeah, Annie's comment from last week. Gary Jones says, totally agree. Stop being negative all the time. God.
Get him blocked, man.
Seriously, Gary, come back and tell me what you're positive about. You know,
come on here. Like what we're on, see it, because I like, how can you be positive about a team that's signed nobody and get, that hasn't improved on last season? We're worse off because we haven't got that goal scoring midfielder in our two main threats.
And by the way, don't look fit. Don't look anywhere near fit enough for the opening game.
Also, Dubravka's out injured. Don't know how long he's gonna be out for. Our number one keeper's out.
Well, Woodman's going to start the season. I think that Bruce has already said that. But Gary, do come on and comment and tell me, or come on the show. Tell us what there is to be positive about at the minute, please. Tom says, Annie, there's nothing positive. This goes back to what I've said about commenting when you're on the outside looking in. I wouldn't criticise Bristol City fans because I'm on the outside.
Yes, that's it. Give him a gold star.
Julie says, Annie's having a mare. Oh, dear. Leila says, what am I saying? Give Bruce a chance and wait until the start of the season and look at the performances and the results, then criticise him then.
He's had 2 years. For
exactly. Keith says, happy birthday, Chippers. Geordie says, I hate idiots who think they have a say about our club. I take it Rangers have scored when they haven't got a clue what is going on at the club, especially when their clubs play championship football. Only joking, Annie. Leila goes on to say, Derby have only 8 players as it stands. Is it that bad, Annie, down in Derby?
No, it's more than 8. It's like 13.
13. Still, is that the whole squad size?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
They have like 5 tries. Well.
Yeah, Stephen, unfortunately, Steve, I don't give a shit about Rangers, but I hope that I hope they do all right, my man. Jason says, to be fair, Joe Kinnear does have a better win ratio in the Premier League than Bruce. Now that's saying something. Oh, God, it is saying
Bruce
something.
Bruce has the worst one, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Bruce has the worst. Rock bottom.
The worst, yeah. Which one has more? We've seen that one. Geordie says, I've heard that Arsenal are going to give Newcastle first chance of signing Willock once they sign a new midfielder, but the new season starting next Sunday against West Ham, we need 2 players. We need more than that.
They might not sign one. They might not sign a replacement, that's the thing. Yeah,
but Arsenal are currently having a conversation with Leicester about bringing Maddison to Arsenal and Willock going the other way.
Why would Maddison go to Arsenal? That's absolutely brainless if he can.
That's a backwards move. That's a backward from where Leicester are and where Arsenal are. It's quite a distance.
It's very interesting, isn't it? Because obviously Arsenal have finished 8th 2 seasons in a row now. So they keep going on about them being a Big Six club. They're not. And I think Arsenal fans have to realise that they are not the club they once were. You know,
their owners suck too. So.
Yeah, but then the Man United fans still mourn when they've just bought Varane and they've bought Sancho.
Spent $100 million on 2 players.
Yeah, it's mental. Kev says chickens in the oven. Work close off pages on Toon Review Tuesday equals fun football fan life. It's the only life I know. Cheers, Kev. Anthony says even if Willock does come in, more bodies are still required. I totally agree. It's like you said before, Steve, we're relying on this young kid to come in on loan and try and save this club again from being relegated. And it's putting enormous pressure on him.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like we have 10 outgoings, and then if you include Willock, that's 11. So our squad right now is so threadbare. It's appalling, like just how little we actually have to rely on. Because the only player that I can rely on, if they're healthy and fit and all that good stuff, which isn't all the time, sadly, it's ASM and Callum Wilson. I mean, Jacob Murphy, they're good players. But
Jacob Murphy's going to have a big season this year. He's going to have I really do sense that. He's the only one that seems to look like he's got something about him at the moment, which, honestly, given how many games we've played in pre-season, and nobody's really stood out apart from Jacob Murphy. Ryan
That's
says,
one positive. That's one positive.
Yeah, there you go, Annie.
There you go.
Jacob Murphy, he's a positive for the coming season, without a shadow of a doubt. So there you go.
Fail, so.
Ryan says, we just bid 120 million for Lukaku. Inter will accept the bid. Nice try. Can I just say something on that, right? Chelsea fans going on about how much they want Lukaku. They gave him dog's abuse when he was at the club because
they got rid of him twice.
They thought he wasn't good enough. Honestly, swings and roundabouts, lads.
Twice.
Exactly. Tom says it's not just the football, is it? The club itself is rotten. Everything is last minute, whether it's signing players or sending tickets, dirty stadium, and a lack of care. Yeah, the stadium's looking rotten at the minute. Kev says, Fantasy League between us all. Another video to watch, hopefully, Paul. I look forward to you sorting it out. Winner gets a Toon Review personalised rant T-shirt. Hey, yep. They are actually in. They're in my thoughts.
Yes,
something like that. So,
I think we should for charity or something, mate.
Yeah. I think that just might happen. On the outside, you don't see this, and it's a constant year in, year out. I believe we've got another guest coming on, and it's Layla. Good evening, Layla. Good evening. Hello. Are you there?
No.
Maybe not.
No, they've gone. Honestly, terrible connections. People need to sort their internets out, I tell you. Right, Matty, good evening, says, cannot get my head around how so many professional football players can be so unfit during the preseason and so injury prone. Yeah, it's madness. Absolute madness. Geordie says, Woodman is expected to start the season with Annie, the championship expert. Do you think Woodman is good enough for the Premier League?
No.
God, man. Jesus Christ.
Why are you being so negative? Annie, why the negativity? Come on.
He got the championship player of the season, so why not?
This is exactly my point.
That really annoyed Annie, though, when that happened, when Woodman was given the goalkeeper of the season.
He's only saying this because he's played for Swansea, isn't it? If it was finding that, we wouldn't be bothered.
Oh no, I should be thanking him. He gave us a win. He literally gave us a win. I should be thanking him. But
that's why you bothered it. That's why you saying nothing.
He's a very good goalkeeper. Yes, he's a top end championship goalkeeper. He's not good enough for the Premier League because he had a very, very good defence in Guehi, Cabango, and Kyle Norton.
Yeah, he did.
But they didn't go up, did they?
Well, only time's going to tell, isn't it? Because he's going to start the season, so it's a big opportunity for him either way we look at it, to be honest. So, Josh, what do you think of Woodman?
You there?
He's gone as well. Right. I'm reposting the comments, the link to join the show in the comments again, guys. So if you want to join in, just click on the links and come and join us live on the show. Have your say about everything Newcastle.
What poll did you get the waste through?
No, I haven't ordered that one yet.
Oh, mine's coming tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm getting the dog on Thursday, so that's taking up all my money. So, and I'm going down to Knowsley Safari Park tomorrow with the kids. So, money's a bit tight. So,
you named the dog, did you?
Huh?
Have you named the dog yet?
Not yet, no. I've got one or two in mind, so I'm gonna have a conversation.
Definitely not John and Joe Linton.
Definitely not. Tom says, if you live locally, go to NUFC games and you see this every day. This is what we put up with. This is why we have no positivity. Holohan says, "Sup my G."
Sup my G.
Sup my G. Is that kind of gangster rap?
I take it. Yeah. What's up, my people or whatever?
I'm not down with it. You know what I mean? Tom says Rooney took part in training at Derby to make up the numbers, ending up crocking one of his own players and putting them out for months.
I did.
Oh, my God almighty. It's all going pear-shaped. Aidan, good evening. Newcastle are ranked as the least optimistic fans this season, according to Sky Fan Hope Survey, because all of the shite that's gone on, and apparently Newcastle fans have unrealistic expectations. Yeah, and he's gone again. So we'll change that to that. There we go. Billy, good evening. Sinclair's a jinx. 2 minutes before Rangers score, he tweeted Rangers. Yeah, that's typical. So John Sinclair, you're probably loving the fact that Rangers are losing, and then he tweets that they're getting beaten, then they go and score. Stu says, if we're so desperate, we could sign the striker Nisbet from Hibs for $4 million. Can't lose on it.
Nisbet is good. Nisbet is.
We'd probably still lose out to another club though. So,
I think Celtic were in for Nisbet too. I think they really need a striker.
Yeah, we've got to have somebody. We've got to have somebody come in for back up to Wilson.
For $4 million, I would take that. I would take a gamble on that because like he wreaks havoc. He's all over the. I really do. I rate Nisbet. I like Nisbet for sure.
Daka is better than Wilson, no debate.
Is that not Saka?
No, Daka. Yeah, no.
No, the Patson Daka.
Yeah, he's at Leicester. He's at Leicester now, isn't he?
Yeah, he came from RB Salzburg. Scored a few goals with Salzburg last year in like the Champions League. You know, from that Red Bull talent conveyor. He's going to be a good player.
Yeah. Jordy says Arsenal are the bigger club in size of history, but the Cronkies have fucked them up. Leicester is the club going places these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I would say that Leicester is the more appealing club at the moment. Keith says, I agree. We need players in now. Neil says, is Murphy better than Ricardo Pereira? No, I don't think he's at the minute. I mean, if it was a choice, I'd have Pereira any day, but he's not going to come to Newcastle. Not a chance in hell. We have the man.
Why is Leila comparing us with Leicester players? Did you see where we finished last season compared to Leicester? And they won a trophy.
We have King of Zabunda. Are you there, Dave? He's frozen. Right.
Bro, the internet is terrible.
What's going on with people's internet?
Is everybody in the same place tonight?
It's terrible. I'm sure Dave will be back shortly. Tom says, does Steve have one of the old half and half hats from the 80s? There used to be a fight between those who had NUFC Rangers hats and those that had NUFC Celtic hats. Yeah, that was back in the day. Very much back in the day. Stu says, I would like to see us sign another right back and push Murphy up to the right wing. Listen, he's not going to do that because he's going to go the five. He's going to go the five at the back. He's going to play the three centre backs. He's going to go with the two wing backs. He's done that the day against Burnley. You know, even behind closed doors, he is bottling, trying anything else. The man is a bottler. He's gutless. He has no tactical nous about him at all. He does not want
ambition. No, nothing.
He doesn't want to sway from this five at the back, and he never will. And you're guaranteed that the West Ham game, that is how he's going to start. He'll start with the three centre-backs and two wing-backs. No doubt in my mind. Over the previous 2 years, I've been fearing the worst, but this season is the first that I haven't been paying attention. And that's really sad, isn't it? Good evening, Thomas. Yep. Kev says, Chippers and Co, if the West Ham game is tomorrow, what team are you picking? Jesus.
Well, is this players fit or not fit?
Well, exactly. Dave Harrison. There he is. How are you doing?
I'm all right, mate. You?
Yeah, not bad. Looks like you're sitting in your throne in your conservatory there.
I'm on me. Yes, I'm just. Wait,
hang on a minute. I'm getting a bit seasick here.
No, sorry, mate. Yeah, I'm on my phone because when I was away last week with Archie, I managed to pour a cup of coffee over my laptop.
Oh, Dave, man.
So it's idiot, old fool. So it's in the shop getting fixed.
Yeah, right.
Fingers crossed.
That's you're nice and clear though, so it's okay.
Oh, good.
Now I know you were away last week with your archery. It looked like a lovely setting down there.
It was fantastic. Yes, absolutely brilliant. We had 6 days and we had 3 really hot sunny days, and the other 3 absolutely threw it down. So typical English summer. It was 50, great, 50. But horrible at the same time.
So you've obviously come back, and Newcastle United, I don't know whether you were aware that we had a game today.
I must admit I didn't.
Kept very hush-hush.
Over the weekend, but I saw we got beat off. It was Burnley or Bury or somebody.
Yeah, Burnley.
We got beat 1-0. So yeah, well that's been how the close season's going, isn't it?
I mean, what's your thoughts at the minute? Obviously, you missed the forum last week, so this week, obviously, nothing's changed. There's no signings. There's no. The injury list just gets longer. I mean, what's your thoughts?
Well, I've said a couple of times. I managed to I saw a bit of the show last week, but where I was, the Wi-Fi wasn't good enough to be able to log in. But I've said a couple of times, these soft tissue injuries. I think I said last night on the Four Horsemen, it's getting beyond a joke. I mean, what the hell the coaches are doing? I mean, we've got 4 or 5 players out. Yeah. What's wrong with the SM? Heaven only knows. I mean, I think I've said before, and I'll keep on saying it. The thing that frustrates me is that the club. I remember Charlie saying, what was it, nearly 2 years ago now, I'll be much more open and honest and discuss things with the fans, and he's never said a word, so we don't know. We've signed nobody. I said on a tweet today, I don't think we'll sign anybody. One of my mates, I was talking to one of my mates before I came on there, and he said that in his opinion, and I had to agree with him, that Ashley won't send anybody straight away, because if he signs on a day, he's got to pay wages until, and it's saving money, so, but it's absolutely false economy. I mean, we're worse off now than we were last year.
Yeah.
How many, was 4 or 5 players have gone? So we're worse off. We haven't got Willock or any sign of them getting in, so we're starting from a much lessened base than we were at the end of the season last year, and it's going to be a long, cold season this year, Paul.
What's your opinion, Dave, on Willock? I mean, I asked Steve before, and just about, does it come to a point where somebody at the club has to say, right, we have to draw a line under this. He's not going to come back for whatever reason. Arsenal have been very sticky about it, or Newcastle United just don't want to meet Arsenal's asking price. Whatever it is there a point now, between now and the season starting, that we say, right, we need to look at other targets now and try and get somebody into this football club?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think that for my money, I think we all would have him back with open arms. There's no doubt about it.
Definitely.
He certainly seems to like the club, and we loved him. I mean, he didn't start every game, but the games he came on, he had an impact. He scored, in my opinion. You said the same back in the last season, Paul. The goals he scored kept us up. I mean, we got to a position higher than we were all expecting, and probably higher than we actually deserved to get. But you're right. I mean, if you keep putting up, well, you've put all your eggs in one basket. You're going to go for Willock, whatever it is, 2025. I mean, the fee keeps changing, loan with a buy or whatever, and you keep saying, right, we'll wait for him. We'll have him, and then it drags on, and then he either turns around. Arteta says, don't want him to go. He's one of our players. Want to keep him, or it falls through for whatever reason, because. Again, as I've said in a couple of tweets, that line that we keep trying to get things crossed must be flipping massive, because we can never get anybody over it. By that time, it's too late. You're going to be rushing around. I mean, I remember somebody made before. If you remember an old Top Gear thing when they had to buy 3 cars at an auction each. And hung on until the end, and he got the last.
And he got the last car. Yeah, I remember that.
And that's a bit like what we'll do. We'll hang on, and it'll be scrapping around on the last couple of days. Oh, we've got to get somebody, and you'll get somebody here that doesn't fit, or we'll pay too much for, or just
bargain basement stuff, really, isn't it? I mean, it's just that's what we have to look forward to,
land, isn't it?
Yeah. If you are enjoying the show, guys, if you do hit the like button throughout the show, and if you're not already done so, please do consider subscribing to the channel. And obviously, if you want to donate to the channel, super chats are available. Just hit the $sign at the bottom of the live chats, and it'll take you through the payment that way. So thank you in advance for that. Jason said, Jason, get yourself on, mate. Annie, do you like this? No. Do you like that? No. Do you like him? No. Will we do this? No. What will we do? No. Can you say anything positive about NUFC?
That's a bit
positivity.
Oh, dear.
Practice what you preach, Annie. Practice what you preach.
You have good players.
No, we don't. We're like,
well, hang on. I do. I actually probably agree with Annie on that one. We do have some good players, but the shackles are on them. We said that a lot last season, that he had the shackles on a lot of players the way he was playing defensively. And if they were allowed to open up a bit more and be a bit more attacking, we'd see a different Newcastle United. So I do actually agree with Annie on that one. It's the manager who was holding these players back. And, and my fear is that he's going to play. Jeff Hendrick is going to be in the middle of the park against West Ham. He's played again today.
Don't.
But why he's playing them every single game, every single preseason friendly.
Or he's subbing him on or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. He played the full 90 at Burton when he pulled everybody else off the field. He played the full 90. He is trying to get Jeff Hendrick fit. There is no doubt about it. So that's a huge worry. It's a massive worry to me, because I don't think Jeff Hendrick's good enough. He may turn around and be someone like Socrates next season, but I highly doubt it. I guess we'll see.
Can I
If
say
Woodman,
something?
yeah, go on.
If Rafa Benitez, who was very pragmatic and quite defensive, let's be honest, turns around, ditches all of that, and becomes this tries like the new Pep Guardiola of Barcelona, it won't work out, would it? Would it work out? No, because he's never thought that in his life. Bruce, if he turns around and starts attacking, it's not going to work because he's been doing this all his career. He's been doing this defensive pragmatic thing.
He has, but that's why he's one of the worst managers in Premier League history, because he can't change it. He doesn't know how to do that.
Yeah.
He can't expand on his tactics. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's got one way and one way only, and he will not. I don't know what it is with him, whether it's just stubbornness or he just doesn't have a clue. I mean, he's worked under Fergie.
He needs Graham Jones literally on the side. Like I said, and I said that last week. It shows how desperate our situation is when we're asking, where is Graham Jones? Where is our assistant coach?
Well, he's back. He was at Burton on Friday.
Yeah. Wow.
But the thing about the game against Burton was, the full warm-up, Graham Jones was out watching them, and he was studying every single player, making sure that they were getting warmed up properly, and he was having words with certain players and things like that. Bruce was nowhere to be seen. Hasselbank was even out with the Burton players, talking to some of them. And but there's none of this from Steve Bruce. I mean, even Jurgen Klopp sometimes goes out for the warm-up. He's very thorough in what he does and watches them. But there was
I will say as well as go on. I was going to say, when we signed Almiron, Rafa went from 3-5-2 to 4-3-3, so he did have a plan B. Steve Bruce doesn't have a plan A, never mind plan B.
To be fair, he did. He went to 4-3-3 and it worked because he knew that front three would do damage, and they did. They played very well together. If Woodman isn't given the chance, how will he ever know? He'll only be as good as the exposure he gets, in my opinion. And it's a big couple of weeks. It's a big couple of weeks. Thoughts on Muto departure, says Thomas? Not really fussed. I mean, he's gone. I'm disappointed in a way.
I'll cry myself tonight.
Yeah, I thought he was all right, but I don't know. Leila says Hayden or Basuma. We're not going to listen. We're not. No way are we comparing players from Leicester and Newcastle United. It's just. Is Basuma at Brighton? Yeah, he might be actually. Yes. But I'm not into all this comparing players. I'm really not. I'm concentrating on who plays for Newcastle United right now. Mark says, call the dog John Joe Linton. Not a chance. He might be. Bruce is one of the names. I have to admit that. But it has nothing to do with the Newcastle United manager. I just
every time you see it, you'll see it, you'll think of Steve Bruce.
I really won't, Chippers. I really won't, mate.
Not in that way, but.
No, I won't even think of Steve Bruce, even if I do call him Bruce. It just won't be an issue. Don't blame us. Spurs won't sell to us because they hate Big Roman. Haaland, we gave up on too much, so Abramovich told Marina to go for Lukaku. It must be nice, Ryan, to like, we're not get Haaland. Let's go for Lukaku. Well, we shot a fucking pound stretcher.
I couldn't believe he spent £600 on their home strip. I thought, what planet's he on? 600
they're all rich down there, aren't they? They've got, it's a different world.
Stuck up rich, are they? Usual.
Us in the north don't get thought about that way. Derby are a right old mess, says Keith. Because of how bad I called John's watch along, John along. Yeah, John's. I don't know whether anybody saw the Horseman last night. Towards the end, when we were asking John what he was doing for on his channel, and he said he came out with I'm doing a sort of video. A video chat with people, and I went, right, so you're doing a fan forum, John? No, it's not. It's a phone in. It's a video chat. I'm like, a video chat? What do you think? What's this? Everybody's on video chat, and he just wasn't getting it. And then he thought he was stepping on my toes, and I said, John, I'm pulling your leg. And he just didn't click on at all, but he was keep going. It's a video chat. Bless him.
Yeah. It was just like, wasn't it? It was
just going over his head. He just wasn't. There was nothing there.
I'll just have to watch it tomorrow.
Hi, Julie.
Julie says, hello, Dave. Billy says, Woodman has excelled for young England teams. Got championship goalkeeper of the season. It's a natural progression for him to be a Premier League goalkeeper. We'll see how good he is with this team. Exactly. He's going to be tested. Like you said, Annie, a good defence at Swansea. We're all over the place at the minute. I can guarantee you. Yeah. You know, even at Burton on Friday, we were all over the place defensively when crosses came into the box. We were. There was no communication, and you know, every time I just thought to myself, "Wow, you know, if this was West Ham, Jesus Christ, it's just so worrying." I mean, Steve, you know, what do you think of the defence at the minute? I mean, do you think we can keep teams out next season?
No, and especially not West Ham. They've been scoring a lot of goals this preseason. I don't really see why that's going to stop. I think they put up 6 on Celtic. That's not saying much, but
Don't tell John that.
Oh, he was crying last night. Bless him. He was getting absolutely hammered about Celtic last night. So you want to hope Rangers do something, Steve, or next week on the fan forum, you'll get absolutely blotted.
All right, that sounds good. Yeah, it's probably gonna be like 3 or 4-0 West Ham opening day. I'm not looking forward to that.
No, I don't think anybody is, to be honest. Lol, you sing "Sup My G" is like watching your dad dance. Well, I'm sorry for not being down with the kids. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ, hammered for something I didn't even know about. Jason's on the show. Good evening, my man.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad.
Well, you've got Annie there right next to you on the screen. Jason, is there anything you'd like to say to him?
He's so negative all the time. What you say? Oh, what do you think of this player? Yeah, he's all right, I suppose. Yeah, he's just shit. What do you think of the manager? Yeah, he's all right, I suppose. A bit of shit. How do you think we're going to do? Yeah, you're going to do all right, but you still think you're shit.
I mean, Annie, to be fair, you did. Oh, he's gone. He's gone again. Jesus Christ, his broadband is terrible. Like Lloyd said, would you rather sack Steve Bruce or have world peace? That's a deep question to ask on a Tuesday night. That's deep, man.
That's very deep.
Well, Jesus. With world peace, if there was world peace, I think one of the consequences of world peace, a positive,
would be Steve Bruce getting fired.
Yeah.
So because it would bring peace to Newcastle United. So let's all go for world peace.
World peace. I'll take
it. It's a no-brainer. Absolute no-brainer. I really hope the youth players start this year, but that's only if Steve Bruce lets them. I think Kellen Watts might have a few opportunities this season, but we know what Steve Bruce is like.
The youth team's losing to Blythe Spartans 2-0 at half time.
And there you go. Exactly. I mean, the under-23s were poor last season as well, to be fair, weren't they? So there's not much going on. Is there anything for us? Go on, Dave.
Sorry, mate. I was going to say the worry is that over his career, Bruce just hasn't played kids. You look at our kids. I mean, obviously, Longstaff's get hammered and others, but he never plays them. Yeah. And how they're going to get progression. Back in the day, we used to say you need to blood the youngsters, but he just doesn't do it.
Well, I mean, Chip, as you said, it's a case if he doesn't believe in them, or he just doesn't have the bottle to play them. And I think it's the latter. He just hasn't got the bottle. Jake says, is there anything for us NUFC fans to get excited for? I think we could easily lose ASM. We need a striker. We need Willock. Dave, I'll put it to you. Is ASM going to be a Newcastle player for the start of the season?
I absolutely hope so. But, as I've often said, forever the optimist, but always a pessimist. Mm-hmm. I think the biggest problem with ASM is that he, as he said, he wants to be in a good side. He doesn't want to be struggling at the bottom end of the table. He wants to be at the top all the time. And if he doesn't get the vibes that we're going to be buying, and let's face it, we haven't even, according to the papers, you never know how much truth there's in it, but we haven't actually put a bid in for anybody yet. Mm-hmm. Now, for me, that would worry me, because I think he's the type of player he looked at, teams elsewhere and think, well, can I go? His agent will obviously want to sell him, because the agents always do to make money, which I kind of stands agent, but that's beside the point. So I would absolutely hope so, but if we don't have a good start, I can see him going in January. Absolutely.
Yeah. The Zion's in the fire, though, Dave. The Zion's in
Yeah,
the fire.
apparently, yeah.
Jason, what's your thoughts on the defeat to Burnley today?
Depressing. It's not shaping up to be any good when a season starts. It's not. What can you say? We're just we're terrible.
Yeah, it gets to a point where you just say, well, what can I say? It's the same old, same old.
Exactly.
He's brought. I mean, he's literally brought a second 11 on for the second half, which was quite still pretty strong. If you look at the players he had on the pitch, and both halves, and we end up losing the game. I mean, this is a Burnley side who, by the way, are very much expected to be down there fighting relegation with us. I mean, I have a feeling Norwich are going to come on Saturday and absolutely destroy us. I mean, go on.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at,
I fear the worst.
If you go back to Steve McLaren's era, Steve McLaren actually beat Norwich. Look at Bruce's time here. Bruce has not beaten Norwich.
No.
We had that humiliating 3-1 defeat when he first took charge.
4 points off, didn't they? When they got relegated, they took 4 points off when they finished bottom.
The thing is, this is a friendly, but I said last night on the show, on the Four Horsemen show, that exactly, it's a week to go before the season, so you're going to put out. I would imagine 11, that your manager is going to put what he thinks is going to be his starting 11. At least start the game that way. Certainly, probably Norwich will do that.
It's like a mini Premier League game. You think of it because you're playing a Premier League. Yeah. So you take it seriously.
Mm-hmm.
But
I find it bizarre we're playing a Premier League team. Like I must admit, a week before a season.
I
know that teams are doing it, but I don't think it was the right decision to make. To be honest, to do it.
Well, we've done it today. We played Burnley. I mean, it's crazy. Lloyd says the abuse Steve Bruce will get if West Ham go 1-2-0 up. It will be crazy. Oh, it'll be toxic. It'll be absolutely.
That atmosphere is gonna.
I mean, I'll be pretty vocal. Put it that way. I'll not be sitting down on my arse and not saying anything because I just can't. I mean, Burton on Friday night. It was incredible. I mean, I don't think the Burton stewards expected so many Newcastle fans to turn up for that game because, we took literally one end of the ground and a quarter of another stand. And
I seen you on a video on Friday.
Yeah. It was great. It was great. It was good fun. It was good laughter. It was good seeing everybody, all the podcasters. It was great. But the football was dire, apart from 20 minutes in the second half when we scored. Joe Linton scored, and then we went at them a bit for a few minutes after that. But then it fizzled out. But
it's the first time he's ever scored a header, isn't it?
Well, you know what? With Joe Linton, I said this last night.
He's scored a header with John, hasn't he?
No, Chippers, it's a Tuesday night. Don't you dare. The thing is with Joe Linton, what I noticed was he, the man is a unit, right? He should be bossing defenders. He's got he's really, really big, and he's got the size to dominate defenders, and I don't know why he doesn't do it. I thought he actually played quite well at Burton. He made some really good runs. The run he made for the first goal was really good. Curling his run and then going down the left and cutting it back, and then obviously his header. That's what I want to see from Joe Linton this season. But again, how many chances does the guy get, Billy says the only thing Bruce has tactical nous on is how to tackle a large doner kebab.
He's good at that.
Good evening, Ryan. Dave's just going for his...
John.
He's going for his...
Dave's doing a reenactment of ASM after he sees that Bruce is still the manager.
Yeah.
Gets up and walks off out of his chair.
Luke says Joe Willock on the way for 22 million. We're not paying 22 million. We're not paying 22 million for Joe Willock. I'm telling you now, that's not going to happen. If anything happens, it'll be a loan deal. But 22 million pound for Willock, we're not going to pay it.
The things that you keep hearing, Willock doesn't want to come here permanently because he's got doubts over the club's future, which is understandable.
Well, who doesn't have a doubt over our future? Ryan says, I can't wait to see Bruce crumble. Keith says, hi, Dave. Nice to see you.
Hi, Keith.
Thomas says, why did they keep the Burnley game so quiet? I've no idea, mate. It was behind closed doors.
Because they lost.
And the Newcastle fans would probably be absolutely going apeshit tonight. But they've put a big report on the nufc.co.uk website. It's all there. If you want to go and have a look at the match reports, it's not exactly great.
Nah, sorry. You've told
Yeah.
it.
If Bruce was to leave, which club would he go to next? None.
Bristol City.
Yeah.
I'd say go to Middlesbrough because he likes going to rivals.
Well, yeah, he's done Newcastle and Sunderland, so why not Borough? You know what I mean? It would make sense. Take over from.
He knows this is his last job. Paul.
Yeah, I think he does as well. Yeah, totally agree. Ryan says,
What
"Will
were
it
you
would
gonna
be
say
mad?"
about Neil Warnock?
Well, you know, he's about finished, isn't he? Really? I mean, the man, and he's about 105-year-old man. He can't keep going forever.
I'm sorry, what did you say about Neil Warnock?
I said he's getting on. I
He's
said he's
very
old.
old.
He said he was nearly finished.
Yeah, as in he should be retiring
he's
and put his feet up.
Yeah.
What do you think I meant?
I thought you meant he was done as a manager. Like,
No, I
there's
think
nothing
he's
there.
done his time now. I think Neil
Yeah.
Warnock is at the age where he should be now, thinking about spending a bit of time with his family, putting his feet up, and
He's
especially
Fair enough.
He's
you know, all
70.
them exactly. But all them fumes he's breathing in Middlesbrough can't be good for his health either. You know, it's like you go down there and you can't see 5 foot in front of you half the time. Bless him. I'm usually against this, but I think seeing Bruce crumble will be one of the few enjoyable things we'll have seen this season. Enjoyable because he'll reap what he's seen, deserves it. Reap what he's sown. Yeah, I completely agree, Tom. You know, the stuff he got away with about saying about the fans last season, I still haven't forgiven him for that. I still haven't forgotten it. Some fans clearly have on Twitter today that were saying,
I
"Oh,
had some as
Dean
well.
Saunders
I had
is
some
perfectly
what
correct to
was.
say what he said.
Oh,
He's right."
God.
I mean, Jesus Christ, give
No.
me a break. Could do with the Archer to hit Bruce with a bow and knock some sense into the useless pillock. Yeah, take your bow and arrow in there, Dave. Get it right
I will
across the
do it,
pitch
yeah,
from
I'll
the
do that.
stand.
I'll put a note on
What
it.
does pillock mean? I don't know that one either.
Very similar to a monumental bell end.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You guys like those? Those.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Christ.
Yeah.
I'm not keen on bell ends, mate. I'm not that way
No.
inclined. But
Oh,
you know, Steve Bruce is a monumental one. Keith says you're right, Dave. It's going to be a long, hard season. Should Freddie Woodman be number one choice ahead of Dubravka if he plays well?
The only thing that we have, the only luxury position that we have at Newcastle is literally the worst one to have, and that's goalies.
Yeah.
Because
That's
like
true.
I think Freddie Woodman's gonna kill it. I don't see any like he had some real good saves. Yeah, he had a great defense at Swansea, but you don't get championship goalkeeper of the season, I would assume, for nothing.
Well, let's say he plays the first 4 or 5 games and he's absolutely brilliant. Okay.
Yeah.
Dubravka and Darlow come back. What does he do?
you bring Dubravka straight back in like you did last season.
I think in mine when Daldo did nothing wrong when he was in last season when Dubravka was out, and I think you said it yourself, Paul, at the time that Daldo sort of fell away because he knew that Dubravka was back. I think that it got to him a bit, but yeah, you're absolutely right, Joe. A little bit, he'll not know what to do because if Woodman plays a blinder, he should stay in. It should be the man with the jersey, if he's playing well, stays in.
Yeah, I mean, Annie from
anyway.
Looking from the outside in, if Woodman plays well, does he stay ahead of Dubravka?
I suppose. I mean, you won your form keeper in, so yeah.
I agree.
If it was Dubravka who's playing extraordinarily well ahead of Woodman, keep Dubravka in. If it was Darlow, same thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be the other way around. I don't think if Dubravka has a couple of bad games that he would drop Dubravka. I don't think he would do that. Jason, what's your thoughts? Does he keep Woodman if he plays well, or does he bring Dubravka back in?
No, it's going to be like last season. We were enjoying seeing Darlow have a good run out. And then as soon as Dubravka's back, straight back into the first team.
Yeah, agreed. Jody says Steve Bruce reckons that last season was difficult. Can't wait to see what he thinks of the new season ahead when the fans get on his back. He's gonna it's gonna hit the fan without a shadow of a doubt. Julie says nice glass, Dave.
Wasn't half of them screaming out for him to give him away like Burton.
Yeah, definitely. Thomas says, Annie, do you want Jeff Hendrick?
He's our best striker at the minute.
Jason, shut up, or you'll be in the penalty box saying things like that.
You know, he's a great player, but no thanks.
Oh, Jesus.
Nah.
That was a joke.
Danny,
It was a joke. It was a joke.
Please,
It was a joke.
I'm glad you said that was a joke.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
My God.
It made us laugh. It made us laugh. Yeah.
Joke.
Yeah. Listen, in the summer, I was fuming that Leicester bottled the top four, but watching the four horsemen, it's calmed me down. Well, thank you very much. Which player is Bruce getting the best out of other than Murphy?
None.
That's a question and a half.
None.
Well,
none.
Maybe Darlow.
Possibly Darlow. Jamal Lewis has gone backwards since he come to the club.
Yeah. Everybody's gone backwards.
Ryan Fraser, nothing from him.
They've all gone back.
It's he hasn't done anything. Murphy, I think Murphy has got his head down when he went out on loan. I think that loan at Sheffield Wednesday did him the world of good. He's come back a much better player, more confident player, and that is shown on the pitch. And I think when he was first looked at by Newcastle United, he was brought in with a player with definite potential, and I think this season we are going to see that potential fulfilled. Certainly the way he's been playing in pre-season, and I know it's against lower league teams, but you can only play against who you put out to play against at the end of the day. But I think it's going to be a big season from him.
I'd like to see it further up the field, though.
Yeah. One major issue about not making vaguely ambitious bids isn't only that we'll never be able to compete, but also that we risk losing the little talent we have. Case in point, and Maximan. Yes, and Wilson. How long before Wilson gets fed up and buggers off? It's only a matter of time, to be honest. Callum Wilson obviously wants to score goals. He wants to be back in the England setup. He doesn't want to be scrambling against relegation every season. He's done that at Bournemouth. He wants to be up there. Well, actually, not every season with Bournemouth, were they? Because they did quite well while they were in the Premier League. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. Tom says, what positive things can I say about NUFC? The club is beautiful, not the owners or manager or even the players, but the institution, the club itself, which has suffered like we have as fans. Yeah, I completely agree. I can't believe that we aren't signing Jetro, best left back since Jose Enrique. Look, I think that's all gone, really. I think that the fact that Jetro isn't coming, that's gone way too quiet now, and I think he'll be trying to find another club now.
I think the European employment laws have probably put it. He's got to have so many games, which I don't think he's had because of his injury. So no, that's it. That boat sailed, I think. Which
is a shame. Big shame.
Yeah.
Billy says, Annie comparing the Champions League winning Benitez to statistically the worst Premier League manager in Bruce. It's like comparing caviar to dog shit.
I wasn't comparing them. I wasn't comparing them. I was just reiterating. Could be Pep and Benitez. Could be anything.
Yeah.
You don't just swap your play style in one day.
Yeah. Right. I'm going to bring this up now, which was Callum Wilson's quote. I'm sure you've all seen it by now, but I'll read it out again. This is what he said in an interview. I think Graham Jones coming in as coach in January definitely complimented the manager because he's a little bit more tactically aware and up to date, whereas the manager has his different strengths and attributes. When you see the results towards the back end of the season and the way we were in games, we had more of a style and philosophy. That will happen from the start of the season with a good coach around to help out the previous coaches.
I could not stop
complimented. Complimented.
Yep. Steve, what do you think?
He didn't compliment your manager. He's doing your manager's job, like you said.
Yeah.
He's talking with the players. He actually gives a fuck. He's active on the touchline and all this stuff. He's doing his job for him, essentially.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
And when he isn't there, it's like Bruce is. It's terrible. It's really terrible. So
it's a damning statistic, isn't it, on Steve Bruce that tells you everything you need to know. It's what we've been seeing, but for once it shows that the players actually come out and said it, that what we've been seeing, but I don't see any of the press making a big deal out of it. Like if we come out and say it, they say you're deluded, you're talking shite and all that. Colin comes down and says it, and nobody's mentioned it at all. It's just
very true. Very true.
It sums it all up.
Jason, what's your thoughts on that comments?
I couldn't stop laughing when I first read it. I'm like, Callum gets us. He knows what we're going through.
Yeah.
And he's feeling it firsthand. So he's like, I want Bruce out as well. I'll quite happily work under Graham Jones. So give Graham Jones a job and you'll probably see him 10 times better performance out of me.
I think we'll see a different morale in the team, to be honest. I really do. Dave, what's your thoughts on it?
I mean, I think the same thing as I would say, but I mean, as I've said, it was a damning statement. But the one thing was, it was in an interview with Alan Shearer, so clearly he's talking to somebody he admires, pros talk to pros, and I think you'd probably let a bit more go if he's talking to a journalist, if he's talking, I don't know, Liam Kennedy or Gibbo or somebody like that. I think he'd be a bit more guarded. So he's obviously said things that he, from the heart, what he feels. I think, from my point of view, we all knew that was the case. It was plain to see after about 3 or 4 weeks when Graham Jones arrived last season, we started to play better. We had more of a technical nous about us, which clearly we didn't when at the start of the season. And you could see Jones on the sidelines at the England games. He was really part of the team, and the number of times the Southgate turned to him and they were chatting away, and Jones was telling the players what to do. That's what he's good at. Yeah. And I think, compliment the coaches. No, he's the man, in my opinion. I mean, he's very technically aware. He's got a good working relationship with the team. They seem to like him, which is great. And I think that the comment is right, that if we follow what he says from the start of the season, we should have a better season. However, we need players in to complement what we've got, and we're not doing that. So it's a big worry.
I mean, it sounds to me like the players definitely sort of nudge towards Graham Jones when they they need anything, really. Annie, what's your thoughts looking in on what Callum Wilson had to say?
I'm not sure how Steve Bruce will take this.
Who cares?
We don't care.
I knew that was coming.
What's is he gonna? Does he trust him more now? Is he gonna?
Is he gonna cry? Is Steve Bruce gonna cry?
Well, Steve Bruce, he's not going to like it, is he? Let's be honest.
He's not going to like it. He's going to drop. He's going to drop Wilson. We know that now.
Yeah, trust himself down and do a better job.
Yeah, he'll not drop Callum Wilson. That's for certain. He wouldn't have the balls, would he? Really? Can you imagine if he did that? Because of what Callum Wilson's just said. Oh, James says, yawn, Annie. Steve Bruce can't even tie his own shoelaces. He is worse than Alan Pardspew and Steve McLaren. Which should tell you all you need to know. I mean, one thing at Burnley, guys, when it was you just as shit Steve McLaren started and the volume, I mean, there's no way he did not hear that. And then we want Brucey out. He would have heard that as well. So he knows. He's on borrowed time already. You all right, mate? Thoughts on today's game? Heard we have a few youngsters a chance. Yeah, we did, but we still lost to Burnley. And as far as I'm concerned, that's absolute bollocks. Yeah. Who's got the telly on in the background?
Not guilty.
Steve.
Not me.
Are you watching ESPN?
Not
maybe
me.
Maybe. I've got the recent highlights on, so I'll just turn it down a bit.
That's all right, Chip. If you just get me a copyright strike, mate, it's fine. Don't even worry about it. Steve, I apologise. It's that monumental bell end next to you.
What, Annie?
How many goals will Miggy get this season? Oh, Jesus.
He only scored 2 last season, so...
Yeah, I haven't really got high hopes for Miggy. I thought he had a brilliant tournament in the summer. I must admit, he seemed to stand out. But then again, he always stands out.
I wonder why.
He always stands out for Paraguay. He always does.
Because he's a good player. Bruce just doesn't know what he's doing.
So does Fraser.
Yeah, Fraser with Scotland, yeah.
But then Amron got injured, so...
I mean, another injury. Tom says, I'm in love with the club. What it means to me, to this city and region, it is the heartbeat of Northumbria. If and when we see better times, everyone will see how beautiful this club is. Positivity. There you go. There you go, Annie.
Absolutely well said, Tom.
Take that candle, light it, and stick it up rectum. Right. Thomas says Graham Jones, Pep Guardiola. I'm not so sure. Billy says Alan Shearer or Paul Dickoff. Sod off, Billy, will you? You're having a tin bath with that one, aren't you?
Is that an actual? Someone's named actually. Wait, there was a player named Paul Dickoff.
Yes.
Yeah, Scottish.
Yeah.
Never.
Alan Shearer or Adebayo Akinfenwa.
Right, Annie.
Are you for real?
Seriously,
Like, that's got to be penalty box stuff.
Steve Bruce doesn't have a plan A, never mind plan B, but Rafa had a plan A, B, and C, and so on. There's a reason why Rafa is a successful elite manager, not a cabbage-headed twat. But Billy, I'm not even putting these things. Robert Lee or Robbie Savage, give me a break.
Come on, Billy.
Billy's just going through a list of players now. I'm not even going to bother with them because I'm not doing player. I saw the under-23s on Saturday at Gateshead. They were atrocious. Well, it sounds like they're doing even worse tonight.
I think they got off Gateshead now, didn't they?
They got walloped 4-1, I think it was. With no new signings, why aren't we making any loan deals with many players from our roster leaving?
Because
Good
no
question,
one
man.
at the club cares.
And nobody wants to come. I mean, when you've got, a fat little dwarf with glasses called Lee Charnley, and then you've got another fat bastard with a cabbage head trying to attract good players to Newcastle. What frigging chance have we got? Really, what chance have we got? I mean,
Graham Jones is the Lord, and Graham Jones is the Lord and Savior, but he ain't the Lord and Savior to everyone else.
Well, he may well be in the future, but who knows? They'll be trying to get a friendly with Blythe Butchers next.
We'll get the offer. We'll get Butcher off them.
Should Richie be made captain for this season?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I 100%.
He is very vocal, very passionate, and we need that on the field.
Well, the thing is, he didn't even start Lascelles today again. He's brought him on a sub, and he brought him on a sub at Burton as well. So he hasn't started him, which is interesting to me. But Matt Ritchie, I mean, on Friday night, there was a little second half. He crossed the ball on the edge of the box. And it was headed away by a Burton player. And Richie just went straight over to the advertising board and absolutely mullered it, hoofed it as hard as he could because he was so angry. And then the ball came back to him and he just let it roll out of play because he was so annoyed. And I thought, the passion that he shows, even in a sodden friendly, he's Newcastle captain there, without a doubt. I mean,
just keep him away from corner flags.
Well, yeah, he has a problem with corner flags. I think he needs to see somebody about them. Predictions for Norwich on Saturday. Are you going? I don't know if I'm going because, as I say, I'm picking the new puppy up on Thursday, so I maybe preoccupied for the Norwich game, and at the end of the day, I've got my season ticket back, so I'll be going a week after that.
What time's kick-off, Paul, on Saturday? You know?
I think it's 3:00, mate.
Yeah,
2 or 3.
9. In the US, yeah. So 3.
Yeah, 3:00 if it's 9 in the US. Yeah. Are you going, Dave?
I don't know. I've got an archery coaching course on from 11 till 2:30, so be tight. I might. Yeah. I don't know. I'll see.
I wouldn't.
Can you get tickets on the day? Have you got?
I don't know. They haven't even said. Nobody knows. Yeah. Nobody has a Scooby Doo. Are you going, Chippers?
No, I'm at work. I'm at work till 3, so
yeah. I don't think we'll be missing anything, to be honest. I have a feeling that Sunday may well be a rant video coming. I have just a suspicion.
Another rant.
Yeah,
that's crazy. You've never done that. You've never done that before, right?
No, I'm not known as an angry man.
You're such quiet and thoughtful chap, aren't you, Paul?
Yeah, I'm very quiet on my videos. I just
quite sensitive.
I just like to, put my point across sometimes. Lisa says the reason why Bruce hasn't managed that Switzerland club young boys.
Oh God!
Yes, the young boys. Yeah,
he went there. Someone had to go there, didn't they?
Yeah. Luke said he played Maguire at Hull. He did. He did. Ryan says it's 130 quid for the home and away strip, an extra 100 quid for the 2 stars above the badge, and gold names and numbers. I bought 2 kits each for me and my daughter. Freaking hell, Ryan!
$100 for this?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. Yeah. Well, pounds in this part of the world, Steve.
Are they actually dipped in gold for that amount?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
So like, how much is the Newcastle home shirt? It's like what?
65
grand.
65. So I think I was looking the other day. It would be like $92.
Yeah, $92. Yeah, it's not cheap. Like, so the Chelsea ones, so you're talking $150.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Crazy.
It's $175, aren't you?
Jesus wept. Lee says ASM is a fairy in my opinion. He thrives off all the attention from the supporters. If he focused more on his football, he would be one hell of a player. What I've noticed about ASM over the last couple of weeks is he has got people divided. For me, I think he needs a finishing product. I haven't sort of swayed on that. I think he's very, very exciting. I think he's one of those luxury players that every side should have in them. But I do think that, under a better manager who could work on him a bit with his finishing, I think he could be a different kind of player. I do think he goes down too easily. I do really get fed up of him and Miggy rolling around as if they're being
Almost
shot.
everyone. Yeah, I hate that shit.
It really pisses me off. I don't like to see it. I mean, Miggy goes down like he's been hit by a bloody a tank. You know what I mean? And he rolls around, and then 2 minutes he gets up, he's running around. I don't like it. And ASM is just made of glass. He really is, and that's a problem.
Do you guys think that for simulation or diving, do you think refs, if we actually really want to get rid of diving, do you think refs should just start giving straight reds for diving?
Well, I think it would certainly make a statement, but I think with VAR now, it's very with VAR they can't really dive and get away with it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that to get rid of all the diving and stuff, you just got to start giving straight reds. Be like, you're banned for 3 games. Like,
it does my head in, to be honest. It really it pisses me off watching them go down. Lee says, how many irons are in the fire? God knows.
2.
Yeah. Ron says, happy birthday, Chipper dude.
Thank you.
Evening, Tom. Lee says, happy birthday, Chippers. Jason says Norwich have already spent 35 million. What the hell are we doing? Nothing. Basically, absolutely nothing.
Spending 35 million because they've sold Emi Buendia.
Yes, but they've reinvested. They've reinvested. We haven't
sold ASM.
Who have you sold?
We would get like 2 free transfers.
Who have we sold?
We have got rid of 10
We've
players.
just sold Muto. We've sold Elias Sorensen.
We've released Muto.
We've released Andy Carroll. So loads of wages off the books, Annie, which is,
Annie, Mike Ashley is worth 3.4 billion and hasn't put a penny into this club for how many years? So technically, he has money. We have money, but he just doesn't choose to give it to the club.
God help myself.
Where's the money gone? Where's the money gone? Where's the money gone? You see?
Down to Griggs.
It's
exactly.
The net spend is always included over the last 10 years, Paul.
Exactly. Yeah. So it says it all. So, it just, you don't have to sell anybody either. When you get players off the books who are earning 60, 70, 80 grand a week, that frees money up as well to bring people in. But we don't.
We've been back up 5 years. We shouldn't need to be selling anybody. We should be challenging the top 6 now. That's how long we've been back up. That's where we should be aiming for.
Yeah, you're right, Chippers. You're right.
Annie, what are you laughing for?
Annie, what you're laughing at? It's Annie. That's what you call a club progressive. It's just because you've never been in the Premier League. I mean, you never will. But
is this conversation about Bristol City? No.
Bristol Rovers.
Shut up.
Don't pick it on him.
I'll have to get on for next Tuesday at Bristol Rovers, Tom.
Chippers, shut up and let the lad speak.
You can't expect to compete when you're first not putting a single penny into the club. Second, not selling anyone for
we sold 10 people.
25 million pounds. 3, the fans. It's not like packed every single week. It's full. It's quite full, but it's not.
It's not going to be full. It's not going to be full, mate.
Wait, full and packed are pretty much the same
thing. Which is hurting the revenue. You can't expect to get low amounts of revenue, but then get people off the books. But then it's like you're getting people off the books, but you're not getting any transfer fees.
He's right.
He is right.
You're not getting anything.
But Annie, look how big is our squad?
Who are getting Champions League, Europa League football every single season, and then say, "Oh, we should be competing with them."
Yes, because their owners give a shit about their football clubs. Ours doesn't. They're
Yeah.
always back
Manchester
their
City
managers,
are
no matter
spending
who the
50
manager
million
is.
50 to 100 million pounds on their bench. On their bench.
I can see
They're
both
letting-
sides of this, the argument actually here. I can see both sides, and I think we're just going to have to agree to disagree. So both of you shut up. Lee says Newcastle 1, Norwich 6 is his prediction. Wow.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, best thing, get stuffed and Cashley sacks Bruce. Billy says FNL Ryan CFC, it's 50 quid per gold star. Liverpool fans have got to pay 300 quid before the start. That's a good point, actually. Happy birthday, Chippers. Did Judy send you anything, says Thomas?
Nope.
Oh, look at his little face. He's devastated.
Not yet, anyways. It's still past 10 p.m, so.
Do you guys think there's 3 teams worse than us?
Yeah.
Yes.
No. Maybe.
Well,
Yes.
I mean, I think we'll go down. I think as it stands, we are getting relegated. Steve, what about you?
Yeah, well, last week I said I still think I'm going to go with the bold Crystal Palace to go bottom because I think Vieira. I don't think Vieira is a good coach. He was at NYCFC for a bit, so I got to see him. He wasn't that great at Nice. He was pretty bad too. I don't really see him doing much with Palace.
Yeah.
But at least Palace are making moves, so I actually I'm more tempted to say Newcastle bottom, and then I think Watford will go down.
Yeah. Chippers, are we going down?
Yes.
Jason?
Yeah, I've got us down for 18th.
Dave?
Yeah, I mean, as things stand at the moment, absolutely, I can't see we're doing it. There's not 3 clubs worse than us at the moment. I mean, give the season a few weeks, you never know. But at the moment, I was trying to be optimistic, but no.
The problem is we know about this new season, first season bounce, don't we? And I think Brentford will get that this season. Mm-hmm. Watford maybe not. Norwich possibly will because they've actually invested. Annie, you don't think we'll be in the bottom 3?
Actually, I think you will. Not because you've got a bad first team squad, because it's half decent.
Yeah.
Your club's chaotic, and that is not good. So
what about the manager? Don't you think that has a part to play?
Steve, I don't know whether you've wondered, but noticed that, but Annie's a Steve Bruce fan.
The only one.
Didn't he admit last time that he would take
Luke
Steve
Edwards in
Bruce?
the bottom
Yes,
right,
he
not
did.
Annie.
No, he did.
He's a fan.
I said I would have taken him if we didn't have Pearson.
Lee said, I'm over playing Premier League clubs the week before new season because we'll add more fuel to the fire for Steve Bruce, which can only be a good thing. Billy says, happy birthday, Chippers. Tom says to Chippers, it's due to COVID. Teams just aren't travelling abroad. To be fair, in recent years, the home friendly has tended to be versus mid-table French and Dutch teams rather than a big draw.
Everyone just played in America. Didn't everyone just play a tournament in America where Arsenal was supposed to be?
Yeah.
Haven't ours always been either in York or in Ireland all the time?
Yeah, COVID has had a say on it, though, because obviously the overseas teams aren't coming over either. So Tim says Hoffman is a huge red flag and it's got to be investigated. Damn right. He'll be sweating buckets now. According to John, Joe Linton is very submissive. He's big, he's tall, but he couldn't score a goal. Joe Linton. Is Dave Elon Musk in disguise?
Oh.
No, but he's got his money. That's why Dave lives in a castle in Northumberland.
No, wish.
Tom says Harry Kane didn't turn up for training at Spurs. Transfer to NUFC imminent as cover for Wilson. Wouldn't that be nice? Oi, lads, I can't find a link to join, says Archer. Archer, the show's ended in like 6 minutes, mate, and the link's in the live comments. I've put it out about 3 times. But get yourself on next week, Archer, buddy. Steve Bruce says, if I leave, I want to manage the mighty Bristol City and fuck their fan base off.
If you do that, Ashton Gate, I swear, you will not get out of Ashton Gate alive. You will not.
And now you know how we feel.
Hunt you down.
Exactly, Jace. One thing I'll say positive about Bruce, he gets Cashley to spend a bit of money. Don't be surprised if we spend 30 million. Ooh, that's a bit optimistic. Ron says Warnock was 103 on his last birthday.
Catch up to Hodgson.
Mr. Gulm says, shouldn't have let Andy Carroll leave on a free, especially since you've also let Muto go.
Yep.
This is the point. We're letting play. Yeah, but we're not letting. This is his point, though, Chippers. We're letting players go and not replacing them.
But technically we have spent because we paid 1.5 mil to release Muto.
I know. Yeah, we actually paid to release him.
Get rid.
It's spent to get worse. Yeah, okay.
Daniel says, I agree. Bruce out losing today is a joke. Layla says, do you think QPR will get playoffs? I guess, Annie, you can answer that one.
Yeah, because the championship at the moment is very open. So
yeah, it's very tight. Yeah,
they're definitely in the running. Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Matty says, fail to prepare to fail. Based on pre-season, how long do you lads think Bruce will last? Gone after 10 games. Also love the channel, Paul. Great band, awesome content. Keep it up. Cheers, Matty.
He won't even see 10 games.
I don't think he will, mate, either. I agree, Jason. I don't think he will. I think if we start badly, it's going to be so toxic that he can't possibly survive it. He just can't.
The one thing now is Mike Ashley is going to be the owner for the next year, so he's got to come out of his shadows and do something. If this hitting now is he has to get rid of him if it starts crap, because you can't say, I thought it was going to happen and it's delayed now till 2022, so we've just got to go. He's in charge now for another year at least, so he's got to go on with it while he's here. You can't just hide in the wilderness.
Yeah.
What's the betting now the fans are back, though? He's going to do a McLaren and say, judge me after 5 games, judge me after 10 games, judge me after half a season.
I've judged him all right.
It's going to be Sam Allardyce all over again with you don't know what you're doing chance.
It will be.
Going to happen.
Without a doubt, Dave. Yeah. Steve Bruce says, Paul, you have an obsession with bell ends. Okay. Joshua says, I hope Lewis can pull something off this season. What do you think of him?
There's a player in Lewis. I think there's a real player in Lewis, but Bruce has ruined him.
Norwich, absolutely.
Listen, he was excellent at Norwich. He was brilliant. And he's one of the players that has, without a doubt, got Bruce, because Bruce has just dissolved the kid of any confidence. Pillock is a very mild insult, though. You can say Pillock in polite company or in front of kids. That's a good point, actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
Layla says her bottom 3 championship is Bristol City, 24th, Peterborough and Derby. Will Darlow be third choice if he stays? And if he is, get rid of Gillespie. I think
he'll get rid of Darlow. I think he'll sell Darlow.
Let's get this straight. Ashley is going to be the keeper this season because the ball will bounce straight off his stomach. Give Langley a loan spell. Yeah, I think Langley will go out on loan, actually. There's a leak going around that Mariano's agents are in Newcastle City at the moment.
Who?
Really?
That's the Real Madrid guy,
yeah,
isn't it?
Dominican Republic. Yeah, he was at Lyon.
Yeah.
2 years ago? He was real good there. And then Real Madrid barely used him.
Yeah.
It's better than no striker. It's better than Dwight Gale.
Well,
I think I'm better than Dwight Gale, man. Jesus.
I think I'd rather have Dave Harrison up front than Dwight Gale, to be honest. Steve Bruce says, Annie reckons Titus Bramble was a great player back in the day. The Longstaffs make a cracking cuppa. ASM is quality, however, luxury when we're struggling. That's a good point. That's what I mean about him. He's not really a player we can rely on in sort of, in the trenches. Steve Bruce says, I can't go backwards, though, because I'm backwards enough. What must Bruce achieve this season to get the fans' support back? He'll never get it back.
Be in the top 4.
Nah, he's never getting back. I don't care if he wins the freaking Premier League, right? He's not getting back in my good books. Not after what he said about the fans. I won't forgive him for that.
Top 10.
No. Apparently, St. Maximan is putting his house up for sale. A real estate broker contacted me about this, and I got angry over it.
Seriously?
Who knows? Which academy player should get more game time this season? Well, given that they're losing tonight at Blythe, not many.
I'd like to see Elliot Anderson because he started well last
year. Yeah, he's the only one, really. He's kind of... I think Kellen Watts will play a lot this season, I hope. But I'll just rattle through these last few comments. Will Bruce bench Wilson for bad-mouthing him in the media? No.
He's injured anyway, Cameron.
I won't be surprised if Annie defends the Titanic from drowning. Dear God. Chip is looking at Judy in her bikini.
What?
That's kind of
Would you take Jan Juma at Newcastle?
Oh, Jesus.
yeah, sure.
Hope Jamal Lewis can shine. I wish Chris Hughton was never sacked. Last manager of the Toon Army absolutely adored. Yeah. Well, apart from Rafa. I take it no more word on the ASM mystery illness. No, we're not sure what that is. Transferitis could be, yeah. Layla, we take Danny LaRue at NFC at the moment. ASM is not sick. He was caught playing tennis. Yes, he was. Wilson's going to get a shoulder barging in training tomorrow. What would Dwight Gale role be in the current squad? Well, I'd like to see him just make a couple of change Just, yeah.
Put out the training cones.
Water boy.
Ginger says Almiron is shite. I'm just going to flash a couple of the comments on because there's loads come through, and I'm obviously we'll come at the end of the show. Is Lascelles overrated? Yes. Yeah. It's actually a 2 p.m. kickoff against Norwich. Right. Tickets are £10 now, but £20 on the day, Dave. £20 to watch that.
Absolute robbing bastards.
Why? Love your rants, Paul. Cheers, Keith. I'm not sure what people go on about when they say they love me rants. I'm quite confused by that.
It's a man in distress, and you're like, yeah.
Why can't Bruce make signings like he did for Hull, the likes of Maguire and Robertson?
They cost money, which he doesn't like to spend.
What?
Yeah. What do you mean by that, Annie?
What is that? No, he. First of all, he hasn't got the recruitment team. Second of all, Hull had money. They were literally spending for fun under the alarms at that point. Yeah. That's why Hull hate their owners now, because they don't.
Terrible owners, yeah.
Well, Ginger comes up with a point here. TV money is 170 million a year. We have the fourth lowest wages, so you're wrong. Our sponsors are 12 million a year. The stadium money brings in 23 million a year. So where is the money? Exactly.
Every penny, Paul, if you remember.
Yeah.
Billy Gilmore on loan would have been sick.
You what?
Billy Gilmore on loan. I saw a comment asking.
Yeah. I would have loved him, actually, Billy Gilmore. Yeah.
But he's going to Norwich. So.
Yeah. Norwich? Norwich, man, you yank.
Norwich.
Come on, Steve. Norwich. You can pronounce the right names.
We'll teach you proper Geordie one of these days.
Exactly. We'll give you a proper Geordie lesson, Steve.
It's not Newcastle. It's Newcastle, right?
No, it's Newcastle.
Newcastle. New. It's not like the Southerners say Newcastle.
All right.
Sorry, Jason.
Newcastle.
I call them Newcastle.
Yeah, I know, because you're we'll let you off because you're an adopted Geordie, though. We'll like you. Absolutely. So we'll let you off with that.
What, Newcastle? So
don't worry about it. I know. I've heard you say Newcastle loads of times, Jason. I'm like, yep, Newcastle.
Newcastle?
I come from a Palace family, so
yeah. Well, there you go. But the thing is, Jason, I like you. You see, so you can get away with it with me saying Newcastle. So don't worry. But like Steve above you, we'll give you some lessons on Geordie, and then you can say Newcastle in the proper way.
You should order the book "Learn Yourself Geordie" from Waterspoons.
Aye, yes, Learn Yourself Geordie.
Learn yourself.
If I say Newcastle, would you be mad at me?
Annie, I'm mad at you most of the time, so it doesn't matter. I still love you, though. I still love you, Annie. You know I do. Keith says, really enjoyed the show tonight. Blythe Butchers, you mean Peter, by the way. Peter, did you celebrate Kraft's birthday? Oh, yeah, he's there. Under 23's got ripped by Gateshead and now getting ripped by Blythe. Jesus, it's not great, lads. It's not great. Jake says, cheers, lads. Enjoyed the show. Pedro de Morales, Steferovic of Benfica is available for 20 million euros. Would he be worth it for Newcastle?
We're not spending 20 million, man. Yeah, people need to realise.
Yeah. Great show, lads, said Thomas. And Archie says, well, I've got my ticket for Norwich so I can chat Steve Bruce, you absolute shithead Bell End. Okay. Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Oh, never mind.
Newcastle.
See, you said it different there. You didn't go Newcastle. You said it properly.
I'm proper Cockney.
I know you're not.
It's Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Newcastle United.
It's Castle.
Newcastle.
We'll get you there, Jace. Don't worry. We'll get you there.
Newcastle.
Newcastle.
We'll get you there in the end. Don't worry. We'll get the yank above you. You know, he's got to start learning his proper words. Bloody Norwich. Sitting there with your Rangers top on.
Try and see Leicestershire.
Norwich.
No, don't pronounce the W. Just say Norwich.
Oh, Norwich.
Yeah.
All right, that's easy.
Literally a 5-second lesson, and you're there already, my man. You're there already.
Next thing you'll say Ipswich. Now that you told him to say
well,
Norwich,
that's true. That's true. I just realised that. Yeah.
Bristol.
Julian's having a great pre-season so far. Maybe with this will be his year. You never know.
Is that John's fake YouTube account saying that?
It could well be. Right, that's the end of Fan Forum for another week. As usual, we will be back at 7:30 again next Tuesday night. Steve, hope you can join us again same time next week, mate. Take care. Have a good week.
You too. Thank you.
Take it easy, man. Chippers, thank you very much for coming on again.
No much.
Enjoy the rest of your birthday. You know, hopefully Judy will be in touch at some point before midnight, before your birthday ends. But if not, what are you going to do? See you later. Dave, thanks for coming on, matey. I'll catch up with you soon. Well, I'll certainly try and catch up with you at the West Ham game. But
definitely.
Get yourself back on next week, mate.
Yeah, okay, buddy. All the
soon,
best.
mate.
Bye,
Take care. Jason, thanks for coming on, mate. And you know, don't take that comment to heart about the accent, mate. You know I love you.
Newcastle. Castle.
You're getting there. You're getting there.
You live in a castle, so it's Newcastle.
Oh God, that's class. That's class. You'll get there at the end. Cheers, Jason. Get yourself back on next week, buddy.
Will do.
Take care, mate. Take care.
Yeah.
See you soon. And thanks, Annie. Thanks for coming on. You've had a bit of stick tonight, mate, but you know, you took it on the chin really well.
Yeah, no problem.
But then again, your opinion is always wanted on this show. You know that. So you know, people might disagree with you, but it's nice to get an outside view on things as well. So thanks for coming on again, mate. And I'll catch you soon. Take care.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, everybody, for joining the show. It's been a really, really good show again tonight. Loads of viewers again, loads of comments. So thank you for everybody that's put comments in. And we can only hope that this, the last couple of weeks before the Premier League season brings us some sort of positivity at Newcastle United. A signing or two would be lovely. A bit of positivity instead of a long injury list and really nothing much to look forward to at the minute. But hey-ho, football's like that. It can change very, very quickly. So hopefully, by the time we do Fan Forum next Tuesday night at 7:30, we will have some positive news. Maybe a victory over Norwich at the weekend. But as it stands, we've lost to Burnley today. We've lost another pre-season game. A lot of strong players were out there again today and just not turning it on for Newcastle. But hey-ho, that's the way it goes at our club at the minute. We need to bring somebody in. We need it quick. Or else things are going to get very, very toxic at Newcastle United. But thank you to everybody that's joined me live on the show tonight. They've been brilliant as usual. It's great having such a big panel on the show. Good banter as well with obviously Newcastle and all of this kind of stuff. Brilliant banter. People from obviously all over the country and abroad, which is absolutely fantastic to get on the show. So it's great to have them on. So thank you very much. And to you, everybody that watched the show and obviously commented throughout, thank you very much. I will be back at some point this week with another recorded video with any sort of breaking news from Newcastle United. I will do a sort of reaction from the Norwich game and see what everybody thinks of that. And of course, the Four Horsemen back next Monday night and Fan Forum next Tuesday night. There will be some more live shows coming up, obviously, when the season kicks off, talking about some of the non-league stuff. I am also going to be doing a fantasy football league as well, a Toon Review fantasy football league. So once I set that up and I set my team up and I get the pin, I will tweet it out to everybody and then obviously put it in the shows as well. So if anybody fancies taking part in that, the Toon Review viewers and subscribers, that would be great. And see who does well in that. And obviously there will be a prize for the winner at the end of the season. But until then, guys, thank you very, very much for watching again. It's been a blast. Take care, stay safe out there, and enjoy the rest of your night. See you later.
Be strong.